Welcome back. All right, just the one game to recap now. I recapped the other two earlier. I had a feeling that the Oilers were probably going to win this. Surprise, not really. But I will say this: the Oilers are really pacing themselves, and I'm more impressed by the Oilers right now than I think I have been in a very long time. This was a game that easily could have been a trap game. They could have fallen behind. They could have got lazy. I didn't see any of that. It was the second half of back-to-backs. The excuses were all there. So it's Campbell versus Dostal. Dostal continues to impress for the Anaheim Ducks. They have a good one there. Early jumps for the Oilers. The shots on net are two apiece at 2.5 minutes. There were some loud "Let's go Oilers" chants going on. McDavid has a net feed that's picked off. The Ducks press. They're kept to the outside. Fowler has a shot then that's saved. There was a shot by McDavid that was held as the Oilers get some pressure. Pretty quiet first half, though. Just 7 shots, 4 of them for Edmonton in the first half of the period. Strome has a net drive that's defended. Harrington has a shot that's blocked. There's a power play for the Oilers. That was killed off. Really good kill by Anaheim, and that's the only power play of the game for Edmonton. It wasn't a dirty game, so not a lot of power plays in this one. Kulak has a stretch pass that's picked off. Jones and Nurse were unfriendly. Nothing really came out of that. Ducks press with 3 minutes left. With 1:05 left, there's a power play for Anaheim. That leads to a shorthanded rush chance for Nurse that's saved at the horn. And then there was a delay where the horn should have sounded and didn't when the clock read 0, which was kind of weird because if Ryan scores there, it doesn't count. So at any rate, it's scoreless after 1. Second period, Ducks cycle. Terry has a shot that's held. There's a shorthanded Draisaitl chance that was saved. They do kill that off, and that's the only power play that Anaheim had in the game. Oilers press after it ends. The shots on net are 3-1 in favor of the Oilers, 3.5 minutes in. Long stretch without a whistle. The Oilers press at 5 minutes. Grant has a blast that's held. Shattenkirk with a giveaway gives the Oilers a press, and then they eventually score. Costin gets one from Janmark at 9:36. It had been a while since Costin got on the board. Nice to see him get that there in his 100th NHL game. So he buries that one on a cross-ice pass, and then the Ducks look to answer. Colton White's denied. The rebound's held. Fogle then has a net drive that's held, and then Bukestad buries one in close. A good forecheck by Klim Kostin. That's at 12:46. And then the Oilers look to add another. They're up 2-0. Yamamoto exits. He took a stick under the chin. He would return. He was fine. He came back into the game. Guess he just needed a little bit of repairs. Heavy Oilers press with 6 minutes left. The Ducks press back with 5 minutes left, and the Oilers are blocking him out. Ryan has a chance in close. That's held. Kane to Draisaitl. That was defended on a 2-on-1. The Ducks have a 3-on-2 that doesn't get across the blue line. The Oilers defend it well. Jones then has a rush chance that's held, but it's 2-0 for the Oilers after 2 periods. Third period, early press by the Oilers. The Ducks press back at 2 minutes. Can't get to the net, though. That was a problem tonight for them. Zegras has a net feed that's blocked. Oilers seem to look like they were running out the clock. However, there's a turnover, and it's in the back of their net. It's Troy Terry. It's the first goal he scored against the Edmonton Oilers in his career. Surprise to me as much as it was to the announcers. Benoit and Henrique with the assists at 4:56. And then the Ducks look to tie it. This is the only part of the game where the Ducks had some real momentum. But then Kulak has a tipped shot that saved the Oilers' press. White had a shot that was caught and held as the Ducks are pressing back. Campbell tonight was pretty good, and the Oilers made sure he could see as many of the shots as possible. And so there's some credit to be given to the blue line. There's some credit to be given to the goaltender. And, of course, there's the asterisk that it is the Anaheim Ducks, and they should be able to win this game, right? So, Strome has a rush chance to deflect wide. McDavid had a net feed. That was kicked aside by Dostal. Ekholm has a shot held as the Ducks keep it close. Shots are 6-5 Oilers with 4.5 minutes left. Janmark has a net drive that saved. The Ducks press with 3 minutes left. They would pull the goaltender, and not long after, the puck's in their net. It's Hyman from McDavid and Nugent-Hopkins. That's at 18-18. That is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' 100th point in the National Hockey League. The Oilers become the first team since the 95-96 Penguins to have 3 100-point scorers on their roster. And, so McDavid, Draisaitl, and Nugent-Hopkins. Going to be tough in the playoffs. So the Ducks look to answer, but in the end, your final score is 3-1 for the Oilers. They go to 47-23-9. They pull within 1 point of winning the division. They have never led and won a division at the end of the season since 1987. That was the last time they won their division. The Ducks, 23-45-10. They stay in 32nd place, and that's their 9th loss in a row, all of them in regulation. The 6th win in a row for the Oilers, so they continue going in completely opposite directions. The Oilers outshoot the Ducks 9-7 in the first. They're 13 shots each in the second, 11-8 Edmonton in the third. Final shots 33-28 for the Oilers. Both teams go 0-for-1 on the power play. Hits were 18-10 for Edmonton. Campbell saves 27 out of 28. Another good start for Jack. And Dostal, good start for him as well. 28 saves on 30 shots. Pretty good game. Quiet, but a fast game as well. This one, once it got started, it was delayed because of the TNT doubleheader scenario. But once it got started, it got done pretty fast. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.